Yeah, go ahead, Thang Thiền. Let us start the class. Yeah.
Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.
Thank you. Okay, let's just continue to study the Lotus Sutra. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead, Thang Thiền. You can do it for me, please. This one here.
But the fault is ours, not that of the world on the one. Why do I say this? If he had been willing to wait until the true meanings of attaining a new tower Samyak Sambodhi was tweaked, then we should surely have attained release through the great vehicle. But we fail to understand that the Buddha was employing expedient means in preaching what was appropriate to the circumstances. So when we first heard the law of the Buddha, we immediately believed and accepted, and supposing that we had gained understanding. Word on the one, for a long time now, all day and throughout the night, I have repeatedly taxed myself with this thought. But now I have heard from the Buddha what I had never heard before, a law never known in the past, and it has ended my doubts and regret. My body and mind at ease, and I have gained a wonderful feeling of peace and security. Today, at last, I understand that truly I am the Buddha's son, born from the Buddha's mouth, born through conversion to the law, gaining my share of the Buddha's law. So what the meaning is that it is our fault that we didn't get to understand the Buddha teaching, but now the Buddha appeared, we get to hear and understand the teaching, and but there's some people that fail to understand, and then when they hear the law of the Buddha and they accept the Buddha teaching, and they get to understand the Buddha teaching. And for a long time now, so this is the law that they never heard before, and when they hear it, now they have all the doubt and regrets disappear, and the mind and body are at ease, and they're feeling a great sense of peace. And now that he understands that he is the Buddha's son, born from the Buddha's mouth, and born through conversion to the law, and gaining his share of the Buddha law.
Okay. So you know what's meant by Anuttara Tham Samya Sam? You know what's mean?
I heard that term before. I heard it before. I think I read it from Lotus Sutra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I heard that term before. I don't remember exactly. Is that similar to Pratna wisdom?
No. And Jimmy, you know what's mean? What mean attain Anuttara Samya Sambuddhi? What's mean?
Dạ, một Phật con chưa bao giờ nghe, cái lần đầu tiên con mới nghe. Dạ.
This means is a Sanskrit transliteration. This means the Buddhahood.
Yeah.
Someone attain Buddhahood. State, the highest state of enlightenment, the Buddhahood. That means someone become Buddha. That is stage. What does it mean? Okay, yeah. Let's see here. John, you like to read, please, John?
When I heard the sound of this law, I gained what I had never had before. My mind was filled with great joy. I was released from all bonds, the net of doubt. From past time I have received the Buddha's teaching and have not been denied the great vehicle. The Buddha's sound is very rarely heard, but it can free living beings from distress. Already I have put an end to outflows, and hearing this, am freed from care and distress. I live in the mountain valleys, or under the forest trees, sometimes sitting, sometimes walking around, and constantly I thought of this matter, how severely I attacked myself. Why have I been deceived? I said, I and the other are sons of the Buddha too. All alike have entered the law that is without outflow, yet in times to come we will never be able to expound the unsurpassed way.
Okay, so what's it mean then?
So from what I read, so like when this person like heard this sound of law, he pretty much gained something that he never had before, and from listening to it, his mind was filled with joy. All like his distress, any negativity, were like subdued.
So he wonder, right? Even he attend arahantship. You know what's mean by enter the law that is without outflow? Thăng Thiền, you know this term? What's mean without outflow? What's mean?
Enter without outflow.
Yeah, and the law that is without outflow. What's mean outflow here?
Outflow is something that is coming out.
What's mean in Buddhist view?
All alike have entered the law that is without outflows.
Yeah, what's mean?
Without outflow.
And Jimmy, you know this term? What's mean by without outflow?
Yes, what I understand, thầy Mô Phật, that mean is the law that's without any flow.
Okay. Can you give us specific example?
Yes, that means it is when the Buddha is teaching with the great vehicle. So and then he given the law, and doesn't have any the flow into it.
Okay. Yeah, thầy giáo pháp, can you explain please?
Outflow, that means one attend the arahat, that means they are no more outflow, that means no desire. They are end all the desire and craving, and they also they know self, that means they are selfless, Therefore, one is they be able to cut off the outflow, then that means they can end all the suffering, no more rebirth and death.
Can you give them one example? What's meant by outflow?
The difference between the Buddhist religion and the other religion is the other religion they can be able to practice and attain the 5 spiritual power. But the 6th power is they cannot be able to attain. That is required to extinct the self and also no desire. One we still have the desire to clean on anything, then that means it's still a self. So even though in the other religion they can be able to practice and they reach to the highest state in the formless. That means the no thought, neither thought or no phi tưởng xứ. Yeah, neither thought or no thought. That means that is the highest, but they still not enlightened yet. They still not the enlightened one because they still have outflow. That is because they have the self. They lean on that state, but it's very subtle. They do not see that. That's why we call ignorant delusion.
So can you explain one by one the 6 circuit power, spiritual power of Arhat or Buddha?
The first one is the divine eye. That means the power, the divine eye. That means they can be able to see far and no barrier. Then can block their vision. They can see through. And the second one is the divine ear. That means they can be able to hear at far. There is no barrier for that as well. The third one is they can read when we come to them without telling them our intention, they be able to read our mind, right? They can be able to read our mind. The fourth one is they also know about our past life and their past life as well. The fifth one is they can be able to magically make things big to small and small big. That means they can be able to do the magic and to make things appear and disappear. But that is the first 5 sacred power that for the non-Buddhists they can be able to attain that as well. Not only for the Buddhists. But the 6th one is the one that requires to end us no more craving and no selfless. That is the requirement for them to attain the 6th one, and that's what we call Arhat. That's how they attain it. The Arhat can be able to attain that one, but not the other religion, because based on the Buddha teaching.
Miss Tammy, you want to follow him? You understand that concept?
Yes, I understand what he's saying.
And Jimmy, you understand what's meant by non-outflow now, with the outflow now?
Yeah, more fun. Yes.
Tiếng Việt nó gọi là hữu lậu á, tiếng Việt của mình gọi là hữu lậu á, anh Jimmy.
Dạ vâng.
Ông Thiền, you understand?
Yes, more yes.
Okay, in Buddhist view, when we talk about if someone have the outflow and someone doesn't have any outflow, let's say if someone has outflow, that's mean us, the normal people. Let's say when we help other people, what happened if they come back and stab our back? You understand that? They would not appreciate that, but they harm us. So for normal people, definitely will be angry, right? And we may yell at them, or we may harm them back. Right? At first, we help them, but because of their bad reaction, or unappreciative. That's why now we may yell at them, we may harm them. That's why whichever merit that we accumulate by helping them is gone. It's like tap water. Let's say the plastic cup of water. And if we pour the water into that cup, if that cup has the hole in the bottom, whichever water we put in will flow out. That's called outflow. My sense, Miss Tammy, and you follow me?
Yes.
So whichever merit that we drain because of our anger, jealousy, whichever, right? So we may harm other people, and all that's merit to be gone, to be disappear. That's like we pour water into, and because of the hole, it get uh, poured out to the ground. That's that's called outflow. And for our heart, the holy people, no matter or for Bodhisattva or for Buddhas, no matter what people treat them, they always remain peaceful. You follow me, Thăng Thiên? Let's say if you meet an arhat, a Bodhisattva or Buddhas, so they help you out. But somehow, because something else going on in your mind, somehow you yell at them. I just give one example. You curse them and even you harm them. They just remain peaceful. They would not react. But for the normal people, it's quite different. You understand, Thăng Thiên? That's why they could keep all the merit due to their consideration, due to their compassion, and due to their wisdom. Their mind wouldn't disturb by earth. That's what the outflow. Make sense now? Okay.
Yes, tight.
John, you understand that?
Yes.
Yeah. Only in Buddhist view, only an arhat, the one who achieve arhatship, they would maintain that peace of mind. Uh, and of course, there's no way for us to have that kind of peace of mind because we have all kind of fluctuation in our mind. That's why there's a story that Sri Puja, the Buddha foremost wisdom. One day he was accused by a monk that somehow and what happened then? So he told the Buddha that, wow, my mind is like the earth, whichever thing people put on, whether they step on, whether they spit on, whether they decorate the earth, whichever, there'll still be the earth. It's still stable, right? And he explained further, it's like the water too. Whether people put things inside the water is still water. That means whichever thing happened to them, they remain calm no matter what happened. That stay up non alpha instead of now. Is that clear now, Miss Tammy?
Yep, that's clear.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not easy for us to understand. That's why we need to do meditation. All right, go ahead and yeah, and Jimmy. Yeah, this one I show you. Can you see my screen, right? This one here. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go back here. Let's see here. Yeah, go ahead and tell me. Sorry, Jimmy.
Yeah, hopefully. Why having I deceived? I said, I and the others are son of Buddha too, all alike, have entered the law that is without outflow. Is it continue type?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, yet in times to come, we will never be able to expound the unsurpassed way. The golden body, the 32 features, the 10 powers, the various emancipations, taught all alike, share a single law. These will never attain. The 80 types of wonderful characteristics, the 18 unshared properties, marriage, just as these are lost to us. When I was walking around alone, I saw the Buddha among the great assembly, his fame filling the 10 directions, bringing benefit far and wide to living beings. And I thought to myself, I am deprived of such benefits. Well, how I understand it is we are the son of the Buddha as well. And what we need to do is like Thầy explained before, that you need to be calm and compassionate, and we will see all the benefits from that.
Okay. You know what's meant by the 80 types of wonderful characteristics? What's talk about, you know?
They talk about the 82 characteristic of the Buddha.
Yeah. Can you know one of them? 32 special mark and 80 characteristics.
I don't remember Thầy. Yeah.
Thân Thiên, you know?
No, Thầy. No, Thầy.
Thầy Giáo Pháp, can you give them some example?
I do not know much, but I can give you some. So basically, each Buddha have 32 mark and 80 characteristic that it represents for the Buddha. The Buddha have, you see his hair, right? It always go in the clockwise. That is also represent one. And also he have 40 teeth. And also his hand, you see it's just like the spider web. You see the spider web right here, every in between of his finger, and also the toe. And also at the bottom of his feet, when he walk, there actually the sole of his feet have 1,000, just like the turning wheel, 1,000 turning wheel. What else? And also his hand is, I think it's long. And also his tongue, when his tongue can cover his whole face. His tongue can cover his whole face. And what else? Oh, okay. Now thầy, you go ahead and tell them. I think that you can continue.
No, you go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Explain bit. It's just some, not all. Yeah.
Okay. And also, I think it's right here they also say his body golden, right? The color is golden. That means it's golden. And hand can reach the knee. The hand can reach the knee. That is also one, too. And the body hair is graceful and curly. That's right. The lion-shaped body. Okay. Let's see, 40 teeth. That's right. That's correct. I also said jaw like a lion. Oh, okay. Tell me about that. Improve the taste of food. Okay. So whenever, not only the Buddha, but also the Bodhisattva, when they eat the food, right? Doesn't matter what kind of food go into their mouth, it always become delicious. Okay, always become delicious. And the long tongue, it can cover the whole face. That the Buddha. What else? Okay, that's it.
Okay, this is 80 secondary characteristics. It has a beautiful finger toes. It has well proportional fingers and toes, and so forth. This all list of this. Here, in Buddhist view, he has this kind of the 32 special marks as well as 80 minor characteristics. Everything come from his practice. It's not come from the sky or not come from someone else. No one bless him or gave him that kind of characteristics. So, Thăng Thiền, you know why? Why is that?
The way that he has a good karma,
Mm-hmm.
he take a precept that he been keeping purely.
Mm-hmm.
Now is very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
He been keeping that for a very long time. And once he become a Buddha, he has all these features.
Mm-hmm. And Timmy, and Jimmy, you understand why Buddha has those special characteristics and special mark. This come from his practice.
More Phật thầy. Yes, what in his mind is always with thinking and help others. And the long time he always compassionate and always to look out for others before himself, and continue his meditations and learning and preaching to others and spread the good words to others and never have angry.
John, you understand why, John?
Wait, can you repeat?
Why the Buddha have those special mark and characteristics? What is that?
I just got a bit of it though.
You know?
No.
Can we have those special mark or characteristics? Thăng Thiền, can we have that? Can we obtain those marks, those characteristics?
We can have few, not all.
Can you name one of them that you may have?
I don't know.
You don't know, huh? Okay. All right. Here. Let me give you one example. You know, when the Buddha had the long ears, right? If you see the Buddha statue, right, Mr. Tell you know why the Buddha has long ear? You know why is that? No? Oh, can you turn on the mic, please? You don't know?
No, I've noticed it, but I don't know why. And I know there's kids nowadays that they'll put like gauges in their ears to make them long like that. I don't know if there's any correlation or not, but
that's
they do have
from
those.
how he has. But of course, some people they have the long ears too. So, and Jimmy, in Buddhist view, when someone has long ear, it represent what? You know?
That represent their health and their longevity of life.
And what else?
Because they have helped a lot of people. Continue to help them when they try to do that. That's right.
If they have a long ears, this represent they may have long lifespan. They may have more blessing than normal people. And if you look at some politicians, the one who has the long ears, they may have more blessing to stay in the position. And for us, we have too small ears. That's when we don't put much effort in the past to read the lesson for us. And here, another thing is that one particular sutra, the Metta Sutra, the Buddha said that as long as we keep our mind at peace and compassionate, our facial expression will be nice. It's be more peaceful. It's be more beautiful and handsome. Why is that, Thang Thiền? Why is that?
Because if we want to have that kind of feature, we should not be angry or yell at people, hit people. Yeah, I think that's the way you can create a karma. It is real. So that you will have that feature in the next life.
No, not talking about next life. You follow me, Miss Tammy? Right? If someone is so peaceful, if someone is so compassionate, right? You can see their facial expression is so beautiful, right?
Yes, yeah, because they're just nice and relaxed, so their face is able to relax and smile. Where people that are angry all the time, you can just see it before they even start talking because their face is all constricted and tight, just like their body itself.
Yeah, that's why in Buddhism is in our views that our physical makeup is come from our mind. So whichever thing happen on our body is just like the house, right? It illustrate the state of our mind since the past up to now. It makes sense. So if we're peaceful, if we're happy, if we're positive, if we affect to our physical expression, it will affect to our facial expression, the way we talk, the way we walk, the way we interact with other people. Rồi, you follow Thăng Thiên?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So how about anh Jimmy? What do you think? When Thầy Gia Pháp mentioned about the Buddha has long tongue, his tongue can reach up to his forehead too. It's impossible for us, right? But it represent it does represent something. You know what it's represent about?
Yeah, more was like, I need to give me a couple of seconds to think about that. Oh, yeah, that does represent that he always talking about the true stories.
Yes. Yeah. Remember when we decide the Amitabha Sutra, right?
Yeah.
So when second Buddha explained about Amitabha Buddhas of his pure land and all the Buddhas in the 10 rations uh, appears certified everything the Buddha, second Buddha say, and they demonstrate they demonstrate that type of long songs that represent the truth, that they always tell the truth, no tell lie.
And the truth is always the truth. Yeah.
They will always tell the truth. You follow me, Miss Tammy?
Yes, yep, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, but please remember later on this sutra, we will come across the passage that sometimes the Buddha with the experience means to teach others. For example, right, one chapter we will study later on. The Buddha call out children, the one who play in the fire house, and he say, "Wow, why don't you guys come out here? I have the beautiful car for you. I have 3 special cars for you." But when they came out from one house, and he gave them the best car. So again, it's not Buddha, but he used experience to get his children attention so that they could get out the burning house. You follow me? You understand that? Thân Thiện, you understand?
Yes, Thầy.
Sometimes, let's say, sometimes when you explain something, your sister too young to understand, right? You may say, okay, why don't you do this? I can buy for you ice cream and so forth. This is like incentive for her to work on some project, whichever. Understand? That doesn't mean that you tell lie, but you use some to encourage her to do something beneficially and positively. You understand that? That's the way. That's why in this sutra, especially this Lotus Sutra, the Buddha gave a lot of explanation about his experience being here. So remember, right? That's different between headline and the experience mean to help others. Right? And Miss Tammy, sometimes your children they're too young to understand. You may use something to calm them down, right? You may give them the toys or the cake or whichever, right?
Yeah, something to help distract them.
Yeah, especially your boy when he cried too much, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So and even Jimmy, even your boy, they grown up, but sometimes they may not understand why you do something, and you may give them some incentive, something, so that they can understand later on, right?
Yeah, no problem.
Can
Yes.
can you give one example of that?
Sometime I ask them to do water outside for the plant, and I just say, please do it. I just put in, a better word, and they do it.
Or you can give them tip or stipend.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's just move on then. Okay, thank you. Yeah. That's why many people they would love this story, this sutra, because the Buddha used all kind of experience mean to guide us. Yeah. Okay, Miss Tandy, would you like to read?
How greatly I have been deceived. Constantly, day and night, whenever I ponder over this, I wanted to ask the world honored one whether I had indeed been deprived or not. Constantly, when I saw the world honored one praising the bodhisattvas, then day and night I would mule this matter over. But now, as I listen to the voice of the Buddha, I see he preaches the law in accordance with what is appropriate, using this hard to conceive doctrine of no outflows to lead people to the place of practice. Formerly, I was attached to erroneous views, acting as teacher to the Brahmas. But the world honored one, knowing what was in my mind, rooted out my errors and preached nirvana. I was freed of all my errors and gained understanding of the law of emptiness. So that's explaining, it sounds like somebody kind of being liberated out of ignorance. But it says the law of emptiness. I'm not sure what that is. But by finally listening and being ready to hear, they were liberated.
Okay. Okay. Thân Thiện, you know what's emptiness in Buddhism?
Emptiness. I don't know exactly, but I think what I know is emptiness is you let your mind be empty, but not exactly empty, just empty so that you will be able to concentrate on doing something that you will put your mind into it so that you can be peaceful.
If someone say to you, you're empty today, what's mean then?
So you say something.
Yeah, if someone approach you, say, I feel empty today, what's mean in the Western term? I feel empty today. What's mean?
Empty today.
Is that similar as this term's emptiness?
I don't think so.
What's mean when someone approaches you and say, "No, I feel so empty today"?
It's when someone comes to me saying that I think this means that my mind is without thought.
Not really. How about you, Mr. Tammy? If someone approaches you and say that I feel empty today, what's mean in the notion of Western people?
So it would be like they don't have any energy and they're empty. Yeah, they need more fuel to move on.
Mm-hmm. They feel empty, depressed, right?
Right.
They don't have much energy, right? They feel depressed. So is that similar to emptiness here? Or you don't know?
I would hope not. I would think there it would be more talking about, like he was saying, just being able to get rid of the monkey mind. So having your mind empty of thoughts that to chase after.
Yeah, you're most close. How about you, and Jimmy? What do you think? What's the difference between Buddhist emptiness and the Western notion of emptiness? Like just give that example. Someone say, "Oh, I feel empty." That means they feel depressed. They feel down. They feel that they don't have energy. Is that the meaning in Buddhist emptiness?
No, the Buddhist emptiness that mean is your mind, you gotta be calm down. Don't be like monkey mind jumping all over the place and cause something gonna happen.
Yeah, actually, this word is the most um, misconception word that many people, especially in the West, have. Yeah, thầy giáo pháp, can you explain for them what's mean by emptiness, Buddhist emptiness?
Yeah, no problem. In the Buddhist emptiness, you see this thing in the Heart Sutra. In the Heart Sutra, the one Shuyin Bodhisattva told Sariputta that the five skandha, that means the form, the body, no, the form, the feeling, the perception, the mental formation, and the consciousness. This represents the body and the mind. The form, it means physical body. The feeling, the perception, mental formation, and the consciousness you can call represent for the mind. So these are impermanent. And also we know that the Dharma or the phenomenon, they no self. You don't see the true self in those things. You don't see it. Because when you, I just give you an example. When we, let's say that a table, right? A table, because the table, it comes from the many different conditions we put together, we create a table. For example, it comes from the tree, and we take the wood from the tree, and we put the, and also we have a carpenter to cut out and to put together and to create a table. So basically, the tree as well as the perception of the carpenter and the desire and all those things we put together and we label it a table. What happens if we take the table apart and we say the leg of the foot of the table? Can we say this is the table? Can we say the top, the surface of the surface of the table is a table? No, none of them represent a table. But when we put all those things together, we just label it. We label it's a table, but it's not a table. So the emptiness, that means they are non-self. So they are nothing in all the phenomenon have no self. And also our feeling, it's feeling have three steps, like happy feelings, sad feeling, and neither happy or no sad, or we call neutral. They are have no self as well, right? They are impermanent. That's why And we need to contemplate all the impermanent as well as the no self. This is what we are concerned about emptiness in Buddhism. Why it's so important? It's important when we attach to it, we suffer, right? If we know this is impermanent and we value it, but we do not attach to it, when things disappear, we do not suffer. That is the whole idea. So impermanent and also it's no self. So that help us to be able to when we understand the nature of the phenomenon, that's how we can be free from suffering.
Something you understand this concept?
Not completely.
Not completely. And Jimmy, you understand this concept? The emptiness concept of the Pi skanda?
Yeah, vâng, mô Phật ạ. Yeah.
Can you explain one more time in Buddhist view? Go ahead, please.
Yeah, mô Phật thầy. What it is the way that I understand it is how the feeling and the life, like thầy Giáo Pháp nói, like say that life is impermanent, so we do not need to attach anything on that. So whatever is gone, and we need to move on, and we never thinking about that at all. That's called like a feeling and perceptions.
Okay. Miss Tammy, you got some idea?
So impermanence is emptiness, is the law of emptiness. Am I getting the two are the same?
No, different.
Different.
Emptiness mean here, like Thầy Giáo Pháp mentioned, the form, our life. The Buddha say that we can divide in two parts. One is physical, one is spiritual and mental. You understand that? For the form, this means the body. It's just come from the earth, the water, the fire, and the wind. And again, like our eyes, ears, nose, and tongue, right? After we're done of this physical body, right? It become earth. That's when someone die, we cremate them, right? They become the eyes, like the earth. And it changes moment by moment. It would not last forever. And the feeling too, we have good and bad feeling, right? And the perception, that's mean our thinking, right? Thinking, we have some recognition, some thinking, good or bad. It's changing moment by moment. Mental formation is like the habit. The habit is someone that wake up early or late in the morning, or drinking tea or coffee and so forth, right? And this is and those things are controlled by what you call the A consciousness. It's still a long list. Later on we can talk about that. But here the Buddha say these five skandha are empty. That means they don't have the real self. Usually, all the tradition they say, oh, this is a real soul, right? After we die, we may go up to the heaven forever or go down to the hell forever because of real soul. But in Buddhist view, there's no real soul at all, because everything is changing moment by moment. The body, the feeling, the thinking, the habitual pattern. You got my points, Miss Tammy? So in a sense, there's no real self. That's what emptiness is about. Empty of there's no real self. You got my points? It's pretty hard concept, but eventually you will understand. Here, put this way. Why is the principle of emptiness is so important in Buddhism? Because again, the reason why we have all kind of suffering, all kind of fighting, all kind of conflicts, because of attachment to this physical body. We think this physical body is real. That's why we fight for food, fight for position, and so forth. And we think that our feeling is real, right? When we have good feeling about someone else, about food, or even when we have bad feeling, we thought that it's real, but actually they temporary. And our thinking too, as all have thinking, good thinking, bad thinking, and so forth. But we think, whichever thing we have here, we think that's true. Let's say if we have anger, right? We think, oh, that's anger is us. But in a sense, Buddha say, no, that's not yours. So don't attach to that. So the whole idea is that, yeah, as much you recognize they are changeable. They don't have the real sense of self. That's what they call emptiness. They just come and go, depend upon conditions. And let's say the reason why we have good feeling probably because we just finished eating ice cream or pizza. We have good feeling with ice cream, with certain type of meal food, and vice versa. When someone cooks some food that we may not like, and we don't have that good feeling with that food. That's because of those food that provided by others. You got my point, Thang Thiên? You understand that?
Yes, thank
So in the sense, there's no real sense of self. That's what's meant by emptiness. They just come and go, depend upon conditions. It's like the computer, like the cars. Let's say without a computer, of course, we cannot talk here through Zoom. And without Zoom, we cannot talk. So with this all kind of condition, all kind of components that come together. That's why even we stay far away from each other. But somehow because of this kind of tools, this kind of technology, right? So we can communicate with each other directly, like face to face. But if we lack one of them, if let's say if we don't have internet, if our computer was broken and so forth, so we cannot communicate. But because yes, we have this computer, this laptop, this cell phone, this internet connection, this Wi-Fi, and plus Zoom, right? We can come together like this. Otherwise, we cannot. So again, the emptiness is mean everything doesn't have its own essential self because things come because of conditions. And if there's no more condition, everything will be gone. Everything will be disintegrated. If we don't have internet service, if we don't have Zoom, if somehow our laptop is broken and so forth, we cannot communicate. You understand that now? Miss Tammy, you get the idea now?
So does that mean when you can get all of these things to calm down and you realize that they're just all emptiness and you don't let them control you, is that when you achieve nirvana then?
Kind of, because let's put it this way, the reason why people fight for food, fight for position, because they think the food is real, the position is real. It makes sense? Everything is real. That's why they fight with each other. They create all kind of conflict, and that's the source of suffering. You understand that? So that's why the Buddha reminds us this reality we need to recognize. Like in psychology, let's say if someone feels depressed, right, and they don't want to do anything else, but the psychologist may encourage that person, no, just lift up your mind, just lift up your spirit, just stand up, do your things, right? And in Western psychology, that's limit in that sense, but in Buddhist psychology, it go further. That again, with that feeling, it's not your feeling. The bad feeling and good feeling, that's not your feeling. Good or bad thinking, that's not your thinking. It makes sense now, Miss Tammy? I'm confused. It's confused.
Yeah, that confused it.
So let me put it this way. Okay, let's say somehow your children, right? Somehow they want to play with the toys, but you don't. You don't allow them to play because it's time for them to go to sleep. But they run around and they cry, right? So they're crying because of the toys, right? Uh, but with the toys, it would calm their mind out. You understand that? So the toys is the things that help them to calm their mind. And let's say the next hour, they may not need the toys at all. You got the points now? So their good feeling and bad feeling depend upon the toys. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand that. And then giving them the toy to help them through it, then that makes them calm their mind on their own.
And the toy is just experience mean for you to help them to calm down their mind.
Sure.
Not the ultimate goal for you to give to them to enjoy for the rest of their life. It's just a means for you to calm their mind out. That's all. You understand that? Our feeling too. Our feeling, for example, when we eat ice cream, right? You have good feeling, but actually that good feeling depends upon the ice cream. You got that? But that good feeling would not last long. That's why that good feeling is not real. It's just temporary. It come and go. You got my points now? The good feeling that you consume the ice cream, the good feeling that you talk with someone that's so pleasant, they talk in a nice way. But they may change the topic. When at first you may have good feeling with that person, but if they somehow touch with something that touch to your core, you will not be happy. You understand that? No, that means your feeling are changing moment by moment. It's just temporary. That's not real joy. Is that right? Yeah, understandable?
Yeah, that's understandable because it's all changeable. So nothing's
And
permanent.
the thought too, right?
Right.
The thought go with the feeling, the thinking go feeling. At first, you may have a good thought, good impression with that person, but somehow when you interact with that person, you find out, oh, so he is a scammer. It's changing. You understand that? That's why your thinking is not your feeling is not your. It's just come and go. It's just temporary. It makes sense now. So that's why the Buddha say don't attach to them. The only thing you need to work on is your everlasting peace, your calmness. It makes sense now. Your calmness or your compassion or your peacefulness. That is your real nature. Not all those feeling, all those emotional fluctuation. Thăng Thiên, you got my points now?
Yes, Thầy.
Yeah, that's so important, right? That's so important to recognize. If you don't recognize it, it's not easy for you to do meditation. That's why when you do meditation, you recognize, let's say if you have good feeling, the bad feeling, again, you name them, you remind them that, oh, that's not your, that they would go. Let's say if something irritates you, right? Right, Thăng Thiên, and you're so angry, but at that moment you remind yourself, oh no, that angry is not yours, and you will let go of that anger. It was easy. Then you say, oh, I'm angry now. I'm so angry because they mess up my computer, they mess up my car, and so forth. This would aggravate the problems. If you recognize, oh, that angry thought is not yours, at that moment you can let go and come back to your peaceful mind. It makes sense now, Amy?
Yes, that makes complete sense.
You understand, Kim?
Yes, Thầy.
Can you give one example that your thought is not yours?
One example is when I sit down and it's like so it's like when I walking and something come up, somebody come and yell at me and So I had to be aware that the anger is not to me. The anger arises in mind, but I don't let them stay. I had to let them come and go. That's the way that I don't let the anger stay.
Okay. Yeah, actually, it's understandable, right?
Yeah, Muvakle, yes, it is.
Can you
So-
explain people habit is not their, it's just them. Habit of people, not them.
So, correct. Yes, everybody, like a human nature, they always react when people say something bad about them. They just kind of offended. But now, if they have listened to the Lotus Sutra and do a more meditation, they should calm down and do not have any bad reactions.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, let's say if you encounter some young people, they smoking cigarette. So how could you advise to give up that kind of addiction then? And
I try to I try to encourage them that just a habit. That's how they using the cigarette, and ask them to kind of reduce that by forget it, that don't even have it in their mind, or just kind of forget what they have done in that moment.
yeah, thank you. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's clear. Clear. Right. People. Okay. It's clear. People can have it, right? People can change their mind, right? People can change their feeling, right?
Sure. Yep. All the time.
So you understand emptiness, right?
Say it again.
You understand the emptiness now, right?
Understand emptiness? Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's time up. Dear Pháp, you want to say
Yeah, yeah, but
anything?
I think it's I think it's good enough. But just remember the body we have and the mind we have is based on our karma that we create. And those things it's just it's impermanent and it's not real. And we can changeable. It's all changeable. It's so that is the good thing of the Buddhism. Everything can change. Okay.
Okay, end up finish up our conversation today. Yeah, go ahead, Thăng Thiên. Can you say Namo Shakti Buddha, please?
Yes, hi. Namo Sakamuni Buddha. Namo Sakamuni Buddha. Namo Sakamuni Buddha.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. So see you then. See you.
See you. Thank you.
Cảm ơn thầy. Have a good day, everybody.